Hey guys, long time no see. As you can see, I am preparing for maybe a new adventure. So let's jump on the bike and then let's talk.
Okay, so here we are on our way. Now, as you can see, I'm riding a motorcycle right now. And yeah, maybe let me start from a few months ago. I got into motorcycle riding maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And the reason was plainly because I wanted to still go to jiu-jitsu classes, but our car actually had a transmission failure and it was picked up by the guarantee of the manufacturer, but still the car was at the workshop for more than 2 months, I think, and I didn't want to stop doing BJJ for 2 months, and I have to drive there necessarily. So I thought, well, what alternatives do I have? My wife always wanted to have her own motorcycle, so I thought I could get myself one as well. Now, as you can see, I'm sitting on a BMW, and this will not be a video about why, because there is not really a reason to it. It could be a KTM, it could be a Ducati, it could be a Triumph. I'm not deep enough into the whole motorcycle scene to fanboy about any particular brand. But still, it's an F850 GS, and I like it quite a bit. So, that's where we are coming from. Let me get out of the village and then we can continue talking. So, okay, we're out of the thick, at least out of the village. We still have a little bit of after work traffic, but yeah, we're good. Now, where were we? Correct. Yeah, I got myself a motorcycle, and since then I'm basically hooked at it. It's 5 months now. I was in Scotland on vacation for 1 month, so it's rather 4 months. And yeah, I have ridden 10,000 kilometers. That's, I don't know, 7,000 miles, something like that. And I really love it, enjoy it, and yeah, for me it's a new type of adventure. Now, today I thought I'd really do a small vlog. So I don't have a lot of experience with vlogging from motorcycle. I don't even know if you guys will like it, but it's a nice after work ride into the central Switzerland Alps. First we will make our way along the Lake Lucerne. It's the lake where Switzerland was actually founded, but I'll tell you that story a little bit later. And then it goes up into the mountains on the twisty roads. And then afterwards back again along a different sea, a different lake, not the sea, and that's it. So yeah, what else? I think you'll just enjoy the ride, and you guys can participate in it. So we rode now maybe 20 minutes, and over there, the bigger mountain in the background, that's the Rigi. It's actually one of the mountains where I used to train for endurance during the time mountaineering. So yeah, a very familiar mountain to me. And yeah, directly next to it is the Lake Lucerne, which is, yeah, as already said, the founding lake of Switzerland. Should be a nice ride. Come on, dude, get out of the way. And there she is again, the Rigi. Yeah, a really beautiful place. Oh, I love Switzerland. Switzerland is also beautiful to ride motorcycles. So this is obviously an after work ride, but last Friday I took a day off and we started at 4:30 in the morning and rode almost 600 kilometers down to Italy over 9 different mountain passes. It was just awesome. So yeah, I really like what I'm doing right now, and let's see where it takes me. I have some plans, and I might talk about them a little bit later, but for now let's enjoy the ride. Now, as you can see in front of me, there is a learner's rider with the blue L. So, and let me take this as an opportunity for some, well, calibration of your expectations. I think I have my riding license, my official license now since 5 weeks. So I am also fairly new. Now, that does not mean that I did not ride before. In Switzerland you have the opportunity, if you have the car driving license, you can basically just apply for a student's driving license for motorcycle and then ride as long as you want. And that's what I did. But it was still important to me to, yeah, relatively quickly get the proper driving license. And yeah, that's what I did. But I'm by no means a professional in motorcycle riding, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Yeah, so let's continue. Really beautiful here. Oh, look at that. It's so beautiful. Man, unbelievable. Oh, check that out. Oh, it's, I don't know how well the GoPro catches all this, but oh, it's amazing. And here we are at the Lake Lucerne. The weather is closing a little bit in on us, but yeah, it's awesome. Beautiful scenery. And yeah, so I promised you to talk a little bit about the lake. In Swiss German the lake is called the Vierwaldstätter See. Rough translation would be four forest cities, and this is because there are quite a few cities surrounding the lake. Now, Switzerland was originally founded by 3 cantons. These are our states, Uri, Schwyz and Unterwalden, which are the founding cantons, and other cantons then just joined Switzerland. It's a little bit a long history. But the reason why this lake is considered to be the founding place of Switzerland is because representatives of these 3 cantons met here and swore that they will defend each other and to actually free themselves from the Austrians. So back in that time you had the emperor in Austria, so not the of the ancient Roman Empire, but the medieval empire, the Heiliges Römisches Reich Deutscher Nation. And you had that emperor here, and the Swiss people, they did not want to be subject to nobody, but they wanted to be actually be subject to said emperor directly, and did not want to have the Austrians between them and the emperor. And they pleaded with the emperor to basically recognize them, and everything took very long, and the emperor didn't want to get in trouble with the Austrians, etc. So in the end, the count of the Austrian count who was reigning over Switzerland or over these cantons, according to legend, he messed with the wrong guy, with Wilhelm Tell. And he did that, so he put up a big pole in the middle of a marketplace, and he put his head onto that pole. And everybody who walked past that pole had to bow before the head of the count. Now, that's not something that freedom-loving people would generally like to do, right? So, and Wilhelm Tell did not do it. And as a punishment, he had to take his crossbow and shoot an apple from the head of his son. And yeah, he did that. And as a little bit of sweet revenge, he then took the same crossbow and later shot the count. And this went together with the big uprising of the Swiss people of the three cantons, Uri-Schwyz and Unterwalden. And yeah, so that's the that's the very abbreviated history and a little bit of folklore within that. But the Swiss people, the more maybe conservative people, still call themselves Eidgenossen today, which means sworn brothers. So and the Eidgenossen, it's a very famous picture in Switzerland, are three guys swearing to the to heaven that they will defend each other. So yeah, that's the founding myth of Switzerland, and this was supposed to happen here at the Lake Lucerne on a little plot of land which is called the Rütli. You can actually visit that. So yeah, and I would say let's continue riding. It's a really beautiful landscape, and I'll talk to you later. So this area here is actually quite touristic. I mean, it's super beautiful because it's directly at the lake, but there are a lot of Airbnbs and rental apartments, and yeah, especially the lakeside. But here's still some people live here, and I could imagine living here. I mean, it's a little bit remote and off the motorway, but it's still, I mean, living with direct access to the water is always nice, right? So yeah. And I mean, look at these mountains here. I can't fully see them because they're partially up in the clouds, but it's really a sight to behold. Well, look at that. Awesome. Oh, it's beautiful. Just beautiful. So, now that we have finished our ride around the Lake Lucerne, in front of us you can see the next stop on our trip. Those mountains are called the Mieten, especially those two big ones. Actually, it's three ones. You can't see the third peak far to the left because it's in the cloud. And there is a very nice climbing traverse over all of them. It's not difficult, it's fairly low-grade climbing. So usually if you know what you do in the mountains a little bit, you don't even need a rope. But yeah, it's very nice. And we will ride up to the right of it and then around it and go down on the other side around the valley. Maybe, depending on how late it will be, we will even ride briefly past the Einsiedeln monastery. It's a really beautiful monastery here in central Switzerland, one of the biggest Benedictine monasteries in the world, so definitely worth seeing. But last time when I was there, they had a big Colosseum built up in front for theater, so they had placings and everything, so that took a little bit away from the beauty of the place, but still, it's very nice. Okay, people are sitting out in the summer. The weather looks a little bit dodgy, but it should be fine. I don't know what's going on here in central Switzerland during the last 3 days, but during the days we always had blue skies, and in the evening it gets uncommonly cloudy, but not like thunderstorm, but for like this, right, with just overcast skies. It's really weird. So now we're starting up the twisties. Oh man, look at that. That's where we are coming from. That's so beautiful. Fuck me. Is that beautiful? Okay, focus. So, as said, I'm not an expert rider. Some people will comment, yeah, we can see that. But I'm having fun. Oh, it's so much fun here. And the landscape is beautiful. So, yeah, what did I want to say? Oh yeah, maybe it's a good time to talk about future plans. So, I definitely plan to experience some adventure on this motorcycle, and maybe, depending on how much you like this video, so give it a thumbs up, right? Depending on how much you like this video, I might even film those adventures and travels, and yeah, let's see how it goes. I already did a few days of off-road training, because every time, well, look at that over there. Oh man, look at that mountainside with the evening light. Oh, isn't that beautiful? Come on, that's unreal. I hope you can see it. No, there's nobody behind me, so can you see that? Oh man, is that beautiful. Okay, so I already did a little bit of off-road and on-road training, just to get my skills up a little bit more, because what you need for the driver's license is, well, it's not as basic as in other countries, but it's still fairly basic. And yeah, I want to be able to ride off-road, to explore other countries, and that's what I am going to do. So yeah, that's the plan. I think for next year we have, or I definitely have, Spain or Italy on my plan. There are a few routes which are called the Adventure Country Trail, which is made for adventure bike, and it's not as hard as the Trans-Europe Trail, which is more geared towards enduro motocross bikes. So even if with my meager skills, I should be able to do the ACT. Yeah. And yeah, as said, this video is just a test balloon. I already checked a few things out, so I would actually be able to follow myself with a drone and follow me mode. So I'll be able to add some of these shots into the videos so that you can get a better impression of the landscape. Because for me, of course, it's about adventure, but I'm not the squid who has to ride turn super fast. For me, it's really more about the landscape and experiencing nature, and yeah, a lot of opportunities for that here in Europe, and we will see. I mean, I'm only a fairly new rider, so I don't have any real idea where everything will end up in the end. And maybe 2 years down the line, I'll either get a different motorcycle, maybe something more geared towards off-road, KTM 890, Tenere 700, or maybe something a little bit more towards tour, GS 1300, something like that. I don't know. Or maybe I will just say F it and go for a Tuono and kill myself on the twisty roads, right? So we will see. Okay, then yeah, again, back to the ride, and let's see. I'll see you on the top. Yeah, let's do that. I had to take a turn for you guys. I mean, look at that. I can't believe how beautiful this is. Oh man, it's really something else. And yeah, I'm not at the top, but I needed you to see this. Wow. Okay, let's continue. Motorcycle riders behind me. And here we are at the top. I don't know what these Belgian guys are doing there. I mean, everything up here is a day route, right? So you never know. It's getting cloudy and misty. I think I better make my way down. Yeah, definitely. Okay, let's continue. Oh, and if you wonder what that was, I don't know if you saw it, but these things are made so that the cows, which are roaming free up here, can't pass them. We will see a few others of them, but that's also something you have to be aware of, that it's possible that suddenly you have the cow in the middle of the road. In Yellowstone you have bears, here in Switzerland you have cows. Ah, that's beautiful, so nice. Woo, auto. And these are the first houses when you come down from this little mountain pass. So we're still in the lower regions before the Alps really rise up, but it's beautiful, and it's basically right in front of my door. You wouldn't think that by the distances I ride here, but it's really close to my home. If I would go directly, I would be maybe home in 30 minutes. But obviously there is no point in taking the motorway if you can just go over the back roads like this. Beautiful. There we have the lake. Oh man, it's so nice. Look at that. What a beautiful scenery. Oh, what a place to live. Oh man. There is a long bridge all over the lake and it's really nice. So it's not full size, that means if you have two cars they have to drive a little bit carefully, but with the motorcycle it's yeah, no big deal. And behind there, that's where we are coming down. Super beautiful. Oh, and the sun is gone. Let's see. Let's go and see if the monastery is lit up beautifully, or if still the weird seatings are in front. I'll show you that one next. Oh man, so nice. And look at the sky. Wow. It's even worse. I mean, there to the left we have the monastery, and usually this place here is beautifully lit. I mean, it's still beautiful monastery, right? It's quite old. It's one of the biggest. And it's also a nice village, but we can't ride down around the bend there because it's I think it's a one-way street, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it is. So let's ride over here and let's see where we can get out of this town. Usually this is a fairly high speed route where you can take beautiful turns, but I have the freaking bus in front of me. So, and he goes 60, 65 in an 80. And I just don't see far enough to pass him. So, at the end of this road, we will hop over the next little mountain pass. It's really just a little one, but also a nice one. Go down to the next lake. There it is. Much smaller lake than the Lake Zug, but still beautiful. Very beautiful. Nice. I mean, these properties here are all really nice, right? So living here is also not bad. I mean, we live at in a quite nice village, but it's still different if you're lakeside. So yeah, awesome. Okay guys, I don't know, maybe I will have some pictures run after this and a little bit of music, maybe not, but thank you for riding with me today for the first time. And again, leave me a thumbs up if you like videos like this, if you want to see more of Switzerland. Let's see where this takes us, and yeah, happy for you to join. See you next time.